What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we are going to be previewing the big Champions League last 16 game between Real Madrid and Manchester City. Before we crack on with this big video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content and you want to help support my channel, then make sure you press that red button, subscribe, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. You can check out my social media links, my Twitter and Instagram, which you can find the links to them in description below, or popping up on screen if you want to go and search for me and follow me on there. Also in the description below you can find my email if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video and let me know your thoughts in the comments below with your score and team prediction from this game. So we're going to crack on with this video. First leg, last 16, Champions League, Wednesday 26th of February 2020, 8 PM GMT kickoff time. The Santiago Bernabeu, massive game for both sides in the Champions League. It really is a huge clash, this really. So we're going to start off first by looking at our opposition. Real Madrid, second in La Liga after a surprising weekend loss to Levante on Saturday night. But there's nothing much really to choose from at the top of La Liga. There's only a couple of points separating Real Madrid from Barcelona. Very tight in La Liga this season, so Real Madrid still got a lot to play for in terms of domestics, whereas Manchester City, they're going for the domestic trophies, but the Premier League's obviously all but done and dusted, with Liverpool going to be winning that. So it's difficult, isn't it, really, for Real Madrid here. They've got priorities both ways, Europe and into La Liga. Their season is going to be defined. They're going to need to win, you would think, either the Champions League or La Liga, whereas with Manchester City, it's already decided for us. We're not going to win the Premier League, so we're going to give the Champions League a good go. And this could be a huge scalp for us, or it could be the confidence boost that Real Madrid need to try and retain their trophy again after losing it out to, well, obviously they got knocked out last season, but they were the holders the season before when they beat Liverpool in the final. Now they've got Zinedine Zidane as their manager, the legend himself at Real Madrid. They've got some top-class players still there at Real Madrid. Now, first note I will make before we even go on into this video is obviously Cristiano Ronaldo. He's left a couple of seasons ago and he's gone and joined Juventus. And so that's a huge loss for Real Madrid. It's going to be a huge loss when you lose a player of quality like Cristiano Ronaldo. And to me, even though they've got everything else seems to be much the same at Real Madrid, it isn't the same in terms of having a top-class player like Ronaldo and bringing in players who simply, no offence to anyone that they've brought in, but they're not of the quality of what Cristiano Ronaldo is. And so it makes them more beatable. And so that's where I take confidence going into this game. They look a bit short on the right-hand side of attack. Hence Real Madrid getting linked with Raheem Sterling, by the way, but they look a little bit short. But everywhere else on the pitch, they've still got a lot of quality. They've got Courtois in goal. They've got Varane and Ramos at centre-back. It's decent. They've got players like Carvajal, Mendy, if he ends up playing, or Marcelo going in at left-back. They've got good quality defence there. They've got a good midfield. Casemiro, Kroos, Modric. They've got Isco, Bale, Vinicius Jr., Hazard, Benzema. Pick three of them attackers, by the way, to be started in this game. They've got players like James Rodriquez, Valverde, Luka Jovic won't be playing in this game, but they've also got him as an option, you would think, going into the second leg too. It's a team full of quality there, and they've got a lot of quality on the bench that if things aren't going right in the game, they can bring these quality players on to try and make a difference. So it's going to be a difficult game for us. In their last game against Levante, they drew a blank and they went with Isco, and they went with Hazard, and they went with Benzema. So I imagine that they'll probably be changing up the attacking line. I'm not too sure if Gareth Bale is fit and ready to play. If he is, then imagine he might be starting. City like to play a high line, and playing quick players like Gareth Bale will definitely cause us problems. But we see Vinicius Jr. starting in this game. I imagine we'll probably be seeing Eden Hazard at some point too, and I'd be very surprised if it isn't Benzema leading the line. But like I said, Luka Jovic is doubtful for this game, and so I'm not expecting to see him at least start going into this game. But it's the first half of this tie, isn't it, really? It's important, Real Madrid, that they want a good result going into the match in Manchester. They're going to want to win, so I'm wondering what's a good result here, because I imagine that if it finishes 0-0 this game, I imagine Real Madrid will be happier. There's no away goal for Manchester City. Real Madrid know that if they can score in Manchester, then Man City are going to need to beat Real Madrid. They're going to have to outscore them, and they'll be confident with the quality that they've got that not many teams are going to be able to outscore Real Madrid. And so they'd probably be not happy, but I imagine they'll be content with a 0-0. I'm not going to be too disheartened with a 0-0 because we haven't lost the game and we're not chasing the game. We know we just got a 90-minute match in Manchester to beat Real Madrid. And it's as simple as that, really, for us. So I'd be quite happy with a 0-0. I would be a lot happier with a score draw, or a win, obviously, for Manchester City. They'd be good results, in my opinion, for City, and if we got them, I think City would be happier than Real Madrid going into the match at the Etihad Stadium. I think we need to learn some lessons, not from our actual games, because I feel like we're learning our own lessons with a win against West Ham, a win against Leicester, keeping clean sheets, consecutive clean sheets. City looking a lot tighter at the back. Laporte coming back. He's very organised. He's well drilled. He knows what he's doing. He covers a lot, and so he's just getting back into the rhythm of things. I think that's a big boost for Manchester City at the back. But I do feel like we need to learn our lessons from other European teams, and by that I mean Tottenham Hotspur losing at home to Red Bull Leipzig, and in parts of that game getting absolutely outplayed. Liverpool, they were dominating their game against Atletico Madrid. How many times do we see Man City dominate games but end up coming away with nothing? And that's what happened to Liverpool. That's a lesson that they need to learn, but they're very good at Anfield. They'll be confident they can overturn that at Anfield, and so I feel like City just need to learn their lessons here and get a good result. If that means coming away with a 0-0, I'd be very happy with a 0-0. If we could come away without losing this game, I'd be happy. I'd even be happy with a narrow loss, as long as we do have an away goal, a 2-1 or a 3-2, something like that. Have something to work with. Last thing we want is something that happened to us at Anfield just a couple of seasons ago, lose 3-0, and we're always chasing the tie then, so we're going to make life difficult for ourselves. So we need to make life easy for ourselves. And like I said, both teams are going to put a lot of energy into this game, but they're not going to put all of their energy. That will come in the second leg. It's only half time, really, isn't it? So it's a big game, this one, and it's one of those that can easily be decided. Like I said, if it finishes 3-0 Real Madrid, you imagine the tie's over. If it finishes 3-0 or 4-1 to Manchester City, you imagine the tie's going to be over. So you just need to stay in it, really. Keep things nice and tight. I imagine Real Madrid will want to do that. I imagine Man City will want to do that, and then we could well have ourselves set up a huge game going into that match at the Etihad Stadium. But trust me, if there are opportunities there to kill this game in that game, both teams will be looking for that. So both teams do need to be careful. Now, team news for us: John Stones is fit and ready. Aymeric Laporte should be okay too. Played the last 2 games, started in the last 2 games, and I think City would be crazy not to start him going into this game. David Silva's okay. Leroy Sane is training. I'm not sure if he's going to feature in this game or not, appearing on the bench by that, but Pep does say that Raheem Sterling's a lot better. He's training, and I'd be surprised if he doesn't make the squad for this game. Not sure he'll be starting, but I imagine he'll make the squad. Might come off the bench if we need to, but City nearly now got a fully fit squad. So no excuses going into this game. It's a good potential here for City to get their first ever major European scout from a big club in Europe. Can we get it done in the European Cup? We've of course got UEFA against us with the ban coming in. There's lots of pressure going on to Real Madrid. There always is. Less pressure on City for once. UEFA are going to want to knock us out. They're not going to want us to win the European Cup, because that's going to be pretty embarrassing on their behalf to chuck us out and we're the current holders. And then it all gets quite messy and that. So they're going to want to knock us out, really. And they'll be hoping that Real Madrid do get that job done. That's motivation in itself, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. It's going to be in front of, 80,000+ fans. It's going to be a lively reception for City. Pep Guardiola, too, a supporter of the Catalonia independence. The Barcelona legend, the former Barcelona man himself, the former Barcelona manager, too. He loved his El Clasico games as well, his reputation that he comes with Barcelona. I imagine Pep will be in for a lively game, too, with City. But he knows what it takes to beat Real Madrid. He knows these big pressure games. He's faced Real Madrid plenty of times in his career, and that is valuable. Zinedine Zidane's done the same. He's got that advantage. Pep Guardiola's got that advantage. We just need to, in my opinion, turn up. We turn up, I'm confident we can get the job done. It's difficult to score this game, though. I'm not too sure. My head's telling me a couple of different things. So my head's saying a 1-1 or a 2-1 narrow win for Real Madrid, something like that. To be honest, I'll be quite happy with that, because we've got some work to do at the Etihad Stadium, which I'm expecting. But it means we're not out the time. We've got it's 1 goal. Go out there, go and prove a point. But yeah, my heart's telling me that City could sneak it 2-1, could get a 1-1, go and sneak it, win 2-1. We've faced Real Madrid before in a semi-final. And by the way, this is like a European Cup semi-final. We've got them in the last 16. Talk about life being difficult. But we need to learn our lesson back from 2016 when we finished 0-0 at the Etihad Stadium and lost 1-0. Was it Gareth Bale, I think, scored that day? We need to learn our lessons, take our chances. Fernandinho hit the post. That goes in, Man City go through. So we're going to get opportunities in this game. If they go in the back of the net, I'm confident we can get some kind of good result. Real Madrid's got a very good midfield. I was mentioning Modric, players like Kroos, Casemiro. These are very good midfielders. And City need to find a way of breaking that deadlock and getting in and around their midfield. And obviously, with a lot of creativity there, we need to find a way of stopping them with our high line and stuff. But it's the same question back to Real Madrid. Where's Man City's danger? It comes in the form of Kevin De Bruyne, 100%. If they do not stop Kevin De Bruyne, then they're going to struggle in this game because Kevin De Bruyne will create an opportunity out of when it seems like there's nothing to be created. And if, in particular, if Real Madrid decide to come forward, the counter-attack, it's extremely dangerous. City do have pace going into their squad, albeit it comes in form of Raheem Sterling and Leroy Sane, who I'm not too sure will be starting in this game, but if they do, and City are looking to kind of absorb and take it on the counter-attack, which it won't be the first time that Pep's decided to do that, then someone like De Bruyne is the type of player to spring them counter-attacks, and if they don't find a way of stopping him, it's going to be a very difficult night for Real Madrid. Mark my words, De Bruyne is a fantastic, good quality player. Wonder if it's going to be 4 or 5 at the back from Manchester City. We beat West Ham and Leicester with 4 at the back. I reckon we're going to go with 4 at the back again, but we'll see Rodri playing defensive midfield, and if Real Madrid decide to come forward and put us under pressure, Rodri will simply just take a step back and it will become a 5 at the back for Manchester City. So I imagine Rodri will definitely be starting in this game. And what's absolutely crazy about this game is that Man City, on Sunday, so next Sunday, we have a cup final as well. So the games are coming thick and fast. These are big games too. Welcome to England and how football is over here. That's just how it is. There we go. So I'm going to pop up my team prediction now for you. I've gone for Ederson in goal, Walker right back, Mendy left back, Fernandinho and Aymeric Laporte centre back. Rodri sitting just in front. He can drop deep to make it a back 5. I've gone for Gundogan and De Bruyne. It seemed to work quite well against Leicester City in the Premier League. I've gone for Bernardo Silva, Riyad Mahrez and Sergio Aguero. Of course, that is the team that beat Leicester City. We played well. We grinded hard. We've got other good players, Jesus, Otamendi, Stones, Sterling, possibly Sane too, Phil Foden, of course, on the bench if we need to rely upon them. We've got players, we might even see Cancelo starting over Kyle Walker. If City wanted to go offensively, but I imagine we'll go a little bit more defensive, and Kyle Walker, in my opinion, is a better defensive right-back than what Cancelo is. But we're going into this game. We've got a fragile high line. It's going to be exploited, so I imagine City will probably take it a little bit easier in this game and look for the counter-attack, and so they'll look to try and just absorb Real Madrid and try and spring it possibly into the second half. I'm not sure it'll be a classic game, this, but it will be a very interesting football game, which I am certain will be won upon how Man City decide to defend, and if they do defend well, because I guarantee that Real Madrid will, then the game will be won in midfield, which is how games tend to be won in Spain and in La Liga, and Real Madrid are very good at doing that. This is a Goliath game. It's what the Champions League's all about. Bring it on, in my opinion. Let's try and get a result, get the job done, get them back to Manchester, put them under pressure. Last thing we want is to be chasing the game or having too much to do, which is always something we've always made life difficult for ourselves. I speak of the Tottenham game last season, not getting an away goal. I speak of the Liverpool game the season before in the Champions League, losing 3-0. Away goal, in my opinion, is a must unless we draw 0-0. If we get nilled and we lose this game, we're in a lot of bother. So hopefully we can learn our lessons and move forward. I would rather play away from home first and at home second leg, in particular when we're not playing an English club too. Always, in my opinion, a good advantage to have. So let's see what we can get done. Interesting times. So there we go, that has been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, then leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below with your score and team prediction for this game and how you think this game is going to go. Subscribe if you're new around here, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. We'll have an analysis up of this game probably on Thursday some point, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We've got plenty more Manchester City videos coming too, so for you to look forward to. You can go check out my social media links in the description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below if you want to hit me up for any business enquiries or any sponsorships for any videos, and I'll see you all again for the next video. Let's go. So I've been JSGC. I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.